Hi everyone. In this lecture, I would like to explain thread concept in Java programming language. So, what is a thread? So, before going to discuss what a thread is exactly, so let me discuss a process. What is a process? Process is nothing but a program under execution. That means, suppose if you write a Java program, that is called a program, and whenever you execute that program is under execution. That means it is a process. That means a process is don't think a process is a different thing, a different kind of aspect. So a process is a program under execution. Okay. See, we have RAM, random access memory or main memory, whatever it may be. So suppose there is a RAM in which three processes are running. Three processes P1, P2, P3. That means three programs. Three programs are currently running. Okay. See, these three processes have different memory. Okay. So different memory is allocated for each process. That means each program. Okay. Coming to thread. So what is a process exactly? What is a process? So why you write Java program? So I told you program under execution is called process. That means process is nothing but a program. So why are you writing program? We write a program in any kind of language like C, C++, Java, whatever it may be. So why we write a program? To accomplish a particular task, to complete a particular task. Okay. So to complete a task, we write a program. So for this purpose, for each program in main memory, there is a separate memory is allocated for each process. Okay. Next, coming to thread. Thread is called a subprocess. Subprocess in the sense it is a part of the process. Suppose take P1 process. P1 process has this memory. So this is the memory allocated for P1 process as shown in this memory, random access memory. So P1 process has that means we write P1 program to accomplish or to complete a particular task. Okay. So you can divide the task into several subtasks. In this example, so I'm going to divide whatever the task to be accomplished by P1. The task is divided into three subtasks, where each subtask is accomplished by one thread. So T1, T2, T3. We have three threads. Okay. So what is it? What does thread mean in this case? So thread is a subprocess. That means it is a part of the process to accomplish a subtask. So thread is a subprocess to accomplish a subtask. But the difference between process and thread is for each process a different memory is allocated in main memory. Okay. But for threads, all kinds of threads that are available in process. So those threads share common memory. So T1, T2, T3, these three threads share common memory. This is the common memory. Okay. And so thread means a thread is a subprocess in a process to accomplish a subtask. And you must remember that each thread is independent. That means T1 executes without depending on T2. T2 executes without depending on T1 and T3. T3 executes without depending on T1 and T2. Okay. So even though these three threads, T1, T2, T3 threads share common memory, so these three threads are independent. So that means if T1 fails to execute, it doesn't affect T2, T3. If T2 fails, it doesn't affect T1, T3. If T3 fails, it doesn't affect T1, T2 like this. Okay. So process means it is a program under execution whose purpose is to accomplish a task. A thread is a subprocess in the main process to accomplish a subtask. So that is regarding the difference between process and thread. Okay. So a thread is officially defined as a lightweight subprocess which is the smallest unit of processing. Okay. So why we need processes and threads? Why we need processes and threads? Okay, so to accomplish multiprocessing, sorry, not to accomplish multitasking. Multitasking in the sense to complete two or more tasks at the same time. That means simultaneously. Suppose when you open your system, you can open browser to browse a website. You can open an audio file to listen to some music, and you can open a text file to write or read something. Okay, that means you have opened 3 applications. That means 3 processes in your computer. So these 3 processes are parallelly executing. That is called multitasking. Okay, so that is called multitasking. Multitasking in the sense to accomplish or to complete tasks simultaneously. Okay, so in computer science, multitasking is achieved through 2 aspects: multiprocessing and multi-threading. So multiprocessing, I told you about process. I told you about process and I told you about thread. Okay, so processing, multiprocessing and multi-threading. Through these 2 ways, you can achieve multitasking. Okay, so multiprocessing, multi-threading in the sense executing different processes is called multiprocessing. Executing different threads is called multi-threading. That is the only difference. So whatever I have covered for some points in this example, so those points are available as theory in this theoretical topic. You can go through it. Okay, I told you already. So process is a program under execution and the thread is a sub-process. That means to exist a thread, for existence of a thread, there must be definitely a process. Say in this example, without a process, there is no thread. Without a process, there is no thread. That means threads are dependent on process, but processes are not depending on threads. Okay, see the point. At least one process is required for each thread. For existence of a thread, there must be at least one process, because thread doesn't exist without any process. And we have 2 types of threads: single thread and multi-thread. So a program may have only one thread and a program may have multiple threads. So no need to discuss elaborately. Okay, if a program consists of only one thread, that is called single thread model. If a program consists of more than one thread, that is called multi-thread model.